So all the little boys and girls know comes every Christmas Eve. His number one elf is Santa Jim, and he comes out of Jackson, and he makes his deliveries on December 18th, and he's got a bunch of families, and he takes care of those who have had problems in their life. He has been doing it since 2013. He delivers gifts to families who have suffered through catastrophic events, and he joins me now. Jim, it is an honor to speak with you. How are you, my friend?
Okay, how are you doing, Steve? Good to talk with you as well.
Same here. Now you've been doing this since 2013. Jim, what happened? What made you do this? This is such a wonderful thing that you're doing.
Well, in 2013, the Jackson Police Department reached out to me and asked me if I would deliver Christmas to a family who lost everything in a house fire.
Right.
And they wanted me to deliver in suit, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity to do so. So when I went, there wasn't a dry eye in the house, including all the people that were helping out with the delivery that day.
Right.
And I came home that night and I told my wife that we would be delivering families from that year on as long as I could, and we have. So that's how that all started.
And the stories that you could tell, there was every year there's an article, News 12 has talked about you, the Asbury Park Press has talked about you, the people that you have helped, the story of a woman who had ALS, you helped a family, and you do it basically, you put out a list on Facebook of what you need, and people come together and they donate, right? They help you out by donating the gifts that you, as Santa Claus, deliver to all these different families. Is that how it works?
That is correct. That is correct. Every single dime, every single gift that comes in my house leaves my house and goes out to the families.
And this year you've got 6 families that you're going to be delivering
this
to.
Year. Yes.
And you've got the list on Facebook. I'll put it on NJ1015.com so that so that we can all help out.
Well, I sure appreciate that, and like I said, the families sure do too. We usually try to surprise the families that we're going to, and they'll find out when we get there. We usually arrange it through a family member,
right,
to make sure they'll be at their destination where we'll be delivering, whether it's their house or a family member's house. And it's a pretty awesome night. That's what I can say about it. I have a whole crew of people that go with me every year. Anybody and everybody's invited to come and witness it and get in the line from Santa's sleigh. I do deliver in an 1845 sleigh.
You've got a sleigh. You've got an 1845 sleigh that you deliver in, and you got the suit and everything.
Oh, yeah. I tow the sleigh with a 29 Chevrolet dump truck or a 31 Ford Model A pickup.
How about that?
And we have a whole parade of antique cars that lead the way to bring Santa in, and they're all decorated.
And they have no idea this is happening, right? The family has no idea. I read the story about the poor woman with ALS, and suddenly, here comes Santa, and the kids are freaking out, and you come right in and just shock everybody.
Oh, absolutely. It's a real shame that I have to say that Melissa, the woman with ALS that we delivered last year, she passed since then, and that's a real shame. But every year we do families that are definitely catastrophic events, and it's stuff that's definitely out of their control. And those kids, they're going through the stresses of life, so they still need that Christmas spirit. And we come in, and even if it's for just the time while we're there, we're taking their mind off of their reality, which is usually a pretty bad reality. And we're giving them that little bit of Christmas that they're missing out on due to the circumstances going on in their life.
Of the stories of all the people that you've delivered to, what are some of the stories that stick out to you to this day?
Oh, there's so many of them. I mean, I did 2 little boys in Bricktown who lost their dad. He was 29 years old, and it was Halloween night when he passed. And those boys they were just devastated. And when I went there, I always tell them why Santa's there for a special delivery. And the older of the two was 7 at the time, Christopher, and his lip just started quivering. And thank goodness it was pouring rain when we were doing the delivery that night, because even Santa didn't have a dry eye. So
No.
we used the rain as a cover up for that, but I couldn't speak or nothing. But there's been so many of them, but I try to give them a really good speech of why I'm there based on their situation. And, it's really a cool thing to do.
When you hear that there was a shortage of Santas in New Jersey, what does that make you think?
Well, I don't know what to think about it. I think it takes more than a red suit to be Santa Claus. I will say that. And, I don't know about the whole shortage other than I would rather have a shortage than too many of the wrong people trying to portray. How's that?
Yeah. Now, inside you, like, what is it inside you that makes you become Santa Claus? What drives you to do this year after year? You've seen so many hardship. There's, you get such a great feeling out of giving. What makes you come back year after year and do this?
I have such a following of families that look forward to my visits and look forward to visiting me in my studio. So it's something that just it's my favorite time of year. It truly is.
Now, if people want to donate gifts, I'm going to do an article on NJ1015.com. I'm going to put your story up there. I'm going to put the the list of what you're looking for this year for when you make your delivery on December 18th. Where can people send? What's the address that people can send stuff to or donate to?
Oh boy, there's I would say probably Kris Kringle Studios at 80 Scenic Drive, Suite 3 in Freehold, New Jersey.
All right. Kris Kringle Studios, 80 Scenic Drive, Suite 3 in Freehold, New Jersey.
That's correct.
See, I thought you were going to say North Pole, Jim. I really did.
Well, it goes there on the way. I get a direct route with Santa Claus and the sleigh back to the North Pole for sure.
Have you kept in touch with any of the families that you've touched as Santa Claus?
I have. There's a few families I stay in touch with. The 2 little boys I spoke of before. I've never ever known any of the families I've delivered. I've never known any of them. However, I did a gentleman, Cody Coburn, a few years ago. He lost his leg in a motorcycle accident.
Right.
And I've stayed in contact with him. The 2 little boys in Brick that I spoke of earlier, right. I still stay in contact with their mom, and their mom has actually given me a couple of families since then, since I did them. And they most people never hear of me or know what I do until they see me at their door knocking to come in and give them a special Christmas delivery.
It's an incredible story. I heard from Suzanne Kirby, her and Dave, my good friends, told me about it. And when I heard, I had to get you on. And when the families, that you've helped, have any of them now joined the Santa train and go with you to help out other families?
Well, I have Cody Coburn actually just put up a post. He's actually put up a post before I did this year, doing collections for me.
Nice.
He's trying to do collections to get stuff himself for the stockings. All the parents get a stocking with gift cards, and any cash that comes in goes right to the parents in the stocking. And the gifts come labeled for the children that they're intended for. And it's been a great thing. It's just awesome to see these kids get a little bit of Christmas on bad years in their life. I mean, I got a family right now that I'm doing this year, lost everything in a house fire, including their pets. Wow. And the little girl involved in that one also lost her dad about a year earlier than losing their house. So it's just, it's one story after the next, so It's pretty tough luck for some people, and it makes others see how good we've got it.
You bring happiness to these people when they need it the most, at the time of year they could use it the most. Santa Jim, what is your Christmas message to my New Jersey 101.5 listeners?
My Christmas message is I hope everybody has a safe, happy, and healthy holiday. Unfortunately, that won't be the case for all or some. But make the best out of every day, because we never know what tomorrow holds for us. So do what you can for who you can do it for, and God bless.
God bless you, too, and thank you so much for coming on New Jersey 101.5.
Well, thank you for inviting me on. I do appreciate it.
You got it. I'm going to have all that information on the website. 1-800-283-101.5. Here's New Jersey 101.5 Fast Traffic.